Actually, for the Quebec account, I don't know anything about it, ma.
You were not there?
I heard of the Quebec account, but I haven't even seen the checklist of the Quebec account.
No, I am asking you, were you there? Were you at Mansakonko as CEO
Yes.
when this COVID transaction was taking place?
I came, I found it was exhausted by then.
That what?
There was nothing like Quebec issue by the time I took over
The time
office.
you
Yes.
reported.
Yes.
So, and the finance director never reported to you that the chairman was signatory to that account?
And he never.
And they never briefed you on that particular account?
No. I
They
don't.
have never presented reconciliation on that account?
Never.
Then how did you prepare an estimate of your budget when you do not even know all of this?
Actually, the Quebec account was not part of. I don't.
No, but this were monies received for and on behalf of the council. So the law is very clear. If you receive for and on behalf of the council, you must account for it.
Yes.
It's an income that came in.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
It talked about grants.
Yes.
So there should be reconciliation for transparency purposes.
Exactly.
So you didn't ask, you didn't know, so you didn't ask.
The director of finance didn't give me any information about it.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Do you run a petty cash system?
No.
Why is that?
No, we are not running it.
I understand you are not running a petty cash payment system, but why will you not do that?
We should do it.
You should do it.
Yes.
How did you become CEO?
Pardon?
How did you become CEO? Do you not know your responsibilities?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the financial manual?
Somehow, yes.
What does somehow mean?
Not all.
Why won't you not be familiar with it? Are you not the chief custodian of the manual in the area council?
Yes.
You do not have interest in it?
I do have a look at
So,
it.
but why will you be somehow familiar with it?
Actually, I do look at it.
You manage an entire area council,
Yes.
and everyone is under your direction, especially the management, day-to-day affairs of the area council.
Yes.
Are you said you're not very familiar with your responsibility? Is that what you are saying?
No.
You are not familiar with your responsibility.
I'm familiar with it.
Are you not qualified to handle this post of a CEO,
I am.
both academically as well and with experience?
Yes.
You've worked in area councils for so many years.
Yes.
So your answers will not be accepted because you know fully well that your responsibilities are clearly spelled out in regulations.
Those are our weaknesses, Council.
Those are
Our weaknesses.
whose weakness? Speak for yourself.
It's our weakness.
Your weakness. Speak for yourself.
Yes. When I say our weakness,
No, I am having questions with you, not any other person sitting where you are sitting right now.
yes,
So what will be your weakness?
I'm for not for not introducing a petty cash.
But you knew about the petty cash system.
Yes.
What do you know about the petty cash system?
That there should be a petty cash impress
For what?
that should be created
For what?
for office expenses.
So all the expenses you were doing would not be lawful because you were not following the dictates of the financial manual.
Yes.
And so it only makes sense because the monies you are receiving in your account from revenue collectors, which you cannot justify in any way because you don't have evidence of anything you are saying. You're just giving evidence in the air. It's because you failed to adhere to the rules of the regulation. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The financial manual clearly outlines that there has to be, the council will operate a petty cash float from which minor expenses can be paid. On page 53. So when Seedy said you always ask him to spend monies from revenue collected, which you know should be deposited to the bank account. So those would be deliberate actions on your side. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Because you know about the financial manual, you know about what you're supposed to do when you have to make some petty expenditure. So your actions were totally deliberate. Would that be fair enough? to say they
Yes.
were deliberate.
Yes.
So, but why will you make deliberate acts with public funds? Answer the question.
I know it was deliberate.
You were what?
I know it was deliberate.
But why will you do that? Why would it be a deliberate act? Do you know the consequence of you saying you know it was deliberate? You know that? I am waiting for your answer.
I know it was deliberate.
Page 2 of Momodu Sedeba's statement, dated it's already evidence, 16th October 2023. The fourth paragraph on the says on the issue of unaccounted revenue amounted to $318,300 queried by the auditors. I confirm submitting a total revenue of $211,400 to the finance manager Seedy Sane, and I was issued a receipt to that effect. Similarly, the balance of $106,900 was partly spent on some council commitments on the authority of the CEO Seedy Touray. Is that true?
No, I cannot agree.
Why would you not agree?
No, actually, for that amount that you are talking of, no.
Why will you not agree?
Because it has to be, he has to go through the director of finance, and we have to see the documents that where he spent those money.
But you had admitted you used to instruct them to make expenditures from money is collected.
But the amount that we are
No,
talking of,
it's not a one-time expenditure.
yeah. I can tell you, whenever do Seedy spend anything,
Yes.
he has to reconcile with the director of finance by taking those receipt books and the cash book to the director of finance, where he's issued a receipt. So
Let us first, that is the amount. He is saying it.
Actually, for this particular amount, I don't know how did he spend it to see.
But how will you know if you have no regulation regarding how monies are being spent? I am asking you the question. How would you know? If you don't know how monies are, if you don't follow the rules, how can you query this? And all these individuals have been depositing money into your account.
Yeah, but not the council's money. That
How are petty cash payments supposed to be raised?
we should have a petty cash here.
Tell me the procedure.
We should have a petty cash here, and there should be a ceiling amount.
There should be a ceiling amount.
Yes.
Okay, and then?
That should be raised as a check
Yes.
to be given to the petty cashier.
Who should approve?
The CEO should
The
approve.
CEO. It says the procedure, when a petty cash float is approved, a payment voucher is prepared in the name of the petty cashier and a check drawn for the approved amount. The petty cashier will post this amount in the debit side and of the petty cash book system. Payments from the float will be made through petty cash vouchers approved by the Director of Finance. The float shall be replenished regularly by the amount of the payment made. So it is very simple what you are supposed to do as a CEO. Is that not the case?
Yes.
But you decide to have your own system so that you can just siphon money anyhow.
No.
But what would be the reason now to just not follow the system?
Actually, we didn't introduce any petty cash system.
You don't have to introduce it. It's already it's a must. It's mandatory that it must happen if you are to make any petty cash expenditure. Were you not making expenditures on a daily basis?
Yes.
How were you doing it? Was it in line with the financial manual?
No.
Why was that? Why was that? Answer the question.
I don't think, Council, I can answer that question.
You
because
were?
I don't think I can answer that question.
Why would you not answer? You are the CEO.
Yes, I told you we are not preparing it.
The financial manual states, if you look at the cover, chapter 1, the preamble, and if you turn onto the third page, it says recommendations on amendments of the financial manual and accounting manual. That no new instruction, addition or amendment to any existing provision in the manual shall have any force until passed by a resolution of the council members in consultation with the Secretary of State, the minister as it is, the case currently, and issued as a circular or amendment slip, a copy of which shall be made available to every accounting officer of the local government authority, Auditor General, and the Department of State for local government area councils. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So the manual must be followed.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
So if you have to depart from the manual, you must provide reasons as why you must depart from the manual. Is that not the case, sir?
Yes.
But for you guys, for the longest time, you have not been fact-checked. And so you operate all this unusual way of accounting, thereby creating gaps wherein monies can now be transferred to your accounts. And you come and sit here and tell you, I operate a tractor business. Anyhow,
Anyway, I know this petty cash issue this cash doesn't have anything to do with my tractor business.
for how many years have you been a CEO throughout your career?
From 2013.
To date,
Yes.
that will be how many years?
Almost about 10 years.
Almost about 10 years.
Yes.
And so you know that all your actions throughout, since those 10 years, throughout those 10 years, you had been doing deliberate actions in relation to how you manage the affairs of the area council. Do you agree with that? Do you agree, Mr. Touray?
No, that I was deliberately acting.
Deliberately disregarding the dictates of the financial manual, unless you have evidence to the contrary. Is that not true?
Yes, I was.
Yes, but throughout those 10 years, it has been to your benefit.
Pardon?
It has been to your benefit.
No.
In whose benefit was it?
To the council,
How?
because we are spending the money directly to the council affairs.
But there was no record of that. You have never prepared a financial statement throughout your 10 years as a CEO. Have you?
No.
Exactly. You have not been explaining how you spend the finances of council. Instead, what we see is suspicious, fraudulent transactions. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Exactly. So now, and when you talk about your business, and I had referred you to the general order, it says 03113 that public officers shall not be employed for any private purpose during official working hours, and 03114 public officers shall, on appointment to the public service, disclose to the Secretary General particulars of any investment or shareholdings which he or she may possess in any public particulars of any investment or shareholdings which he or she may possess in any public or private company carrying on business in the Gambia, or any other direct or indirect interest in such company. If the Secretary General decides that the officer's private affairs might be brought into real or apparent conflict with his or her public duties, or any way influence him or her in the discharge of his or her duties, the officer shall, to such extent as the Secretary General directs, divest himself of such investment. You have been conflicted in numerous occasions. You have had dealings with Sheikh Boyo, which is true. He had transferred money into your account. Is that not the case?
Yes.
And that is an apparent conflict going by the general orders. Is that not the case?
Yes.
As I have read to you.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And your defense, you have no evidence to show and prove that you have given him money? Is that not the case?
Actually, between me and him.
You don't have evidence to show you have given him money is the question.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
But there was evidence that he gave you money after he was paid by the council.
There was evidence that.
That he transferred money into your account after he was paid by the council.
Yes.
And now again, revenue collectors were spending monies contrary to the dictates of the financial manual.
Yes.
On numerous occasions, causing financial loss to the area council.
How are they causing financial loss?
But if you can't account for monies, would they not be causing financial loss?
Actually, those were my monies that I can see.
As the CEO, if revenue collectors cannot account for monies that have been collected, which you direct them to spend on supposedly council's commitments?
I cannot remember where revenue collectors we are not able to account their revenue earning books.
The audit report had already shown you on numerous occasions, Mr. Touray, unless you want to repeat yours, it be repeated. All the amounts of money that could not be accounted for. You talk about reconciliation in the cash book. We had told you $977,000 is what could not be reconciled with the cash book. Is that not true?
The reconciliation started.
Is that not true?
Yeah, but excuse me, let me explain it to you.
No, first we admit the fact whether it was not true that an amount of $977,000 is or more had been said to not have been, could not be accounted for.
I think it should not be 997,000 altogether.
How much should it be?
Because looking at it, amount collected and the cash book entry.
Yes,
So anything that is entered in the cash book, there must be a receipt attached to it.
yes,
So I believe I'm looking at it from 1st of October.
speak louder, please.
From 1st of October,
Yes,
the total amount collected was 115,100,
yes,
and that was the amount posted in the cash book.
yes.
So I believe these other ones, there was reconciliation done.
There was?
Reconciliation
You
done.
believe?
Yes.
Do you have evidence of that?
Yes, in their cash book, the induced cash book, it has to be there. It is there.
There is no.
No, in
because-
this council, when I started introducing this cash book,
Yes,
any amount that was collected by DU,
right.
by Mort Seriba, receipt was attached in that cash book.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Before introducing the cash book, yeah, that was the time he was collecting, and the auditors have detected it up to 370,000. That was collected, and it was nowhere to be seen because it was
Yes.
not posted in the cash book.
But the point remains the same, that regardless of the amount, whether it is less than 977 or more, you have not been performing your duties in relation to making sure that you follow the expenditure instructions as per the manual. And you have been conflicted on numerous occasions.
I have been,
Conflicted on numerous occasions.
how?
But you already admitted you were conflicted in the case of Sheikh Boyo Sambu.
Yes, because he was awarded the contract.
But now, now
Without-
you're here asking me how. Let's talk about the, is it Koi Koi? The contract awarded to, is it Seedy Sane? Do you recall that?
Yes.
What can you tell us about that contract?
When we had a meeting concerning about that work,
Yes,
the director of planning advised me
yes,
that Seedy's brother is having a construction company sort of,
yes,
and he had been doing some petty works.
yes.
So based on it, he advised us to give it to him.
Seedy's brother.
Yes.
It was a contract awarded to Seedy or Seedy's brother?
Actually, what I was told was Seedy's brother, but he was working with Seedy, I believe.
Who signed the contract? Mr. Touray,
Yes.
who signed the contract? Mr. Touray, just answer the question, my friend. Who signed the contract?
No. Actually, I cannot remember who signed that particular
Seedy signed the contract.
Okay.
Do you understand? Did you
Yes.
have you ever met the brother as the CEO?
No, actually, no.
Have you ever known the brother?
Yeah, I
At
know
any
one
point
of.
in time?
I know one of the brothers. Yes, he is late right now.
The brother that you were allegedly told owns a company. Have you met him before?
Whether I have met him before?
Yes.
Yes, I met him, but not discussing about this contract issue.
The contract was signed on the 21st of November 2021 by Seedy Sane himself as a contractor. Is he not a staff of the area council?
Yes.
In your statement, you said you were misled. That's what you said.
Yes.
You said on the contract, there was the last page of your statement dated the 25th of October, 2023. You said, on the contract awarded to an enterprise owned by the council staff, I can remember that this was the first project that I facilitated as the CEO of the council when the car park was seriously in need of a toilet facility. It was my mistake that the contract was awarded to Conco by Enterprise, owner by the council accounting assistant, Seedy Sane, even though I was misled. How
Yes.
were you misled?
Yeah, because I was advised by the director of planning.
Yes.
That was the reason.
What was the nature of the advice?
No, that we give it to concubine.
And then why would that be a mistake?
Actually, because the time they were telling me, they talk about Seedy, Seedy told me that his brother owns the company itself. That's what Seedy told me.
Mr. Touray, you have been a CEO for 10 years. You want anyone to believe that you have been misled into granting a contract to a council staff? Is that what you want us to believe?
Actually, when Seedy told me that he owns the brother owns the company, I thought that yes, it was owned by Seedy.